So not the best thing when you hear a mechanic say, I've never seen anything like this before.
No, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's 15 years of doing this, man. Never seen anything like this.
No, that's a new one.
Welcome to my life living at Walmart. Okay, here's the situation. We live in this converted school bus and travel around the United States. We just had an amazing time exploring all over Florida, from the southernmost point in Key West to the freshwater springs in the north. We even had my grandma throw a dart at a map and had an exciting series of adventures, making it to where the dart landed. But that's a separate video if you want to check that out. In the previous video, we spent one day exploring Savannah, which is an interesting city rich with history, and we had a great time. And now we're driving up the East Coast because my sister is getting married in 1 week in New York. So we're planning on stopping in some iconic spots as we travel north. But after leaving Savannah, we encountered a problem. Something is wrong with the bus, but we're not exactly sure what it is. We started hearing a loud noise and feeling a vibration that felt like grinding metal. It sounds like this. Yeah, not good. It's never a dull moment when you're living in a school bus. We're not sure exactly what's causing this noise, but it's very concerning. So we set out to find a mechanic nearby. Except there is not a mechanic for over 60 miles, just forest and farmland. We only hear the sound when I let off the gas pedal, so we just drove slow and steady to the nearest Walmart about an hour away. By this time, it was after 7 p.m. and all the local mechanics were closed, so we did some research to find out who could help us the next morning. I posted a story on Instagram last night. A lot of people came back and said wheel bearings. Pretty sure it's wheel bearings.
Pretty sure it's wheel bearings. Pretty sure it's wheel bearings.
And there's actually a mechanic very close to here, like a mile away. And I was looking on Google Maps and looking at the reviews. There were some positive reviews, but there was an overwhelming amount of negative reviews, ripping them off and things that were just bad customer service. A few miles away, I saw a place that was listed. It's a mobile mechanic, and he had amazing reviews. People really raving about his service, his expertise, and his honesty, which is something that I appreciate and I want, right? So does everyone. So I hit him up last night, just texting him. I told him exactly what we were experiencing. I sent him the video of the noise, and he came back immediately saying, yeah, that's definitely wheel bearings, and he can help us out. So this morning I reconnected with him. He was looking around for where to find the actual part. He said he found a place to get it for $260. And another cool thing he did was he said, hey, feel free to call around to different places. If you can find a better price, we'll get that one. But this is the one that I found through the place I usually go to. So just that right there is pretty cool, that he gave us the option to see if we could find a cheaper price. And I couldn't, and he's on his way here right now. He'll be here in like 15 minutes. Hopefully that's the exact issue, and then we can get on our way, because we need to make it back to New York for my sister's wedding in less than a week. So that's important. Hey. How's it going?
Great, how you guys doing?
Steve.
Andrew, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. Thank you for coming down here.
It's really cool.
Yeah, you're welcome to check it out.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, come check out my thing real quick.
Yeah, sure.
So I bought this from a guy who used to haul Harleys, right? Basically, I picked up this truck. It's an old Freightliner, and I used to work on these back in early 2000s, so I knew what engine I wanted.
Know what you're looking for. Know it was good quality.
Absolutely. So it's a Cummins 5.9, and they call it like a 1,000,000-mile motor, and it's as long as you maintain it, keep the oil and fuel filters changed out regularly. It runs forever. I been in business now for 7 months as a boat mechanic, and it's doing really well. It's kind of taken off a little bit more than I expected it was going to. Like I don't pay for any advertising. And I just set up a Google business page, a Facebook page.
That's how I found you.
My business model is pretty sweet because I go to either people's houses, their place of work, whether it's like an office or really anywhere, and people who are broken down somewhere. So, but my advantage with going with me is like I save them from having a tow bill. So a tow bill can range from anywhere like $100 to $200, $300, and usually that's the average cost of labor. Like for most of the stuff that I do, whether it's brakes, a hub bearing, or even oil changes, man. Like people love the fact that they don't have to go sit somewhere for hours, like in a lobby waiting for someone to work on their car. So I come to them They're usually involved in the process. Like, when you go to a garage, you're away from your vehicle, so you have no idea what the mechanics are doing back there. Not saying it's like shady, but like I like to involve the customer in the process, like, from start to finish, and show them exactly what I'm finding and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So
I love it, man.
Yeah, thank you so
the
much.
The entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really glad I found you, because this is like the ideal type of situation to be in for us.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll take care of you, man. I'll make sure you get up and running as soon as possible. Did it just start out of nowhere?
We hit a bump yesterday, and that's when we noticed it, like a grinding sound. Whenever I stop accelerating, does it not seem like wheel bearings from what you're looking at? Because I was told to do this and spin the tire, and then you can usually tell.
Absolutely. It doesn't. But it's not. I'm gonna take off the wheel, and we can kind of get a better idea what's going on. You'll usually know. Yeah. Oh, that looks actually fairly new. So that actually looks like it's been replaced. You can actually kind of tell more with the tire. Like it's so
Yeah, you can see like totally.
yeah.
And what'd you call that?
It's like a cupping. And
Cupping.
usually like it's a sign of like a failure of like the suspension point in here. So this hub, I can tell by the color of this wire right here. This is aftermarket, and in here it's brand new.
So once we realized this wasn't a wheel bearing issue, we took Andrew for a ride so he could hear the sound himself. And he determined that sound was not coming from the front right tire. It actually sounded like it was coming from somewhere underneath the bus. So when we got back, he got underneath and found something else.
So what I did was like put it jacked up in the air, ran it to isolate the issue, like the sound. And it sounded like it was coming from the rear, and I used like the stethoscope to kind of like isolate. It's in that housing somewhere. You got some problems with inside your rear housing.
All right, what's
All
that?
this is metal right here. It's a magnet.
Yeah.
So you got chunks of metal. So there's a bearing that most likely failed in there.
Okay.
That's what that noise is coming from. That's the fill plug for the rear axle.
Okay.
So it's a magnet there, and obviously any ferrous metal like iron and steel, like it's magnetized, and that's what's all in there right there. So do you want to come under the other side, and I'll show you?
Yeah.
So this is your rear housing right here.
Mm-hmm.
The drive line runs perpendicular to this rear axle, and it intersects, and there's a pinion gear and there's a ring gear. The ring gear is the very large one, has the most teeth on it. Yeah, so there's all types of metal inside here. Something failed inside here.
Okay.
And that's why you have all this like metallic, like shiny looking particles.
Yeah.
That's all running down from here. It's most likely, since it's all these tiny little particles, it's a bearing. And I'm thinking if it was a bearing outside of here on the hub, there would be oil everywhere. See that loud like back and forth? That's the ring gear making contact with the pinion gears between this. This drive shaft's aluminum. It's very thin and hollow. It's actually probably got like a 5-inch diameter. So that's what the noise is traveling through that. And when I have my ear on the floorboards of the bus, I can hear it through the drive line. Okay, I need to think about this for a second. Okay. It's tough because you're from out of town, dude, and like I have no way of knowing unless I take everything apart to see what bearing it is.
Okay.
So, and then in that case, it just becomes like a big nightmare. I'm trying to break this lightly to you. Like, I'm wondering if we should, if your goal is just to get back to New York, you could drain all the fluid out of it.
So it's not the front wheel bearing. Damn, I really wish it was.
Yes. So if it was me, dude, I would pop that cover off real quick, get all the oil out of there, right? And I can kind of see in there what's damaged a little bit with getting that cover off. When I get it apart, I'll be able to look a little better at what's going on, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna let you down, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, because when I pulled the drain plug, man, like, there was a couple pieces of metal on it, but not 7 bolts, where, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it's bizarre.
yeah, it's 15 years of doing this, man. Never seen anything like this.
No, that's a new one.
Wow. This guy, Andrew, is a freaking angel. He has been with us here for the past 5 hours, trying to help us, trying to figure out what's going on. And we found what we believe is the cause of this issue. We took everything apart. You can even see here, like, whatever that, like the whole axle came out. I don't know much about cars, if you can't tell, but I learned a lot today. So, the summary of what went wrong, which we first thought it was the wheel bearings in the front right wheel. Incorrect. Turns out it's actually involved with the differential, the rear axle. More specifically, the ring gear. He took the cover off of the ring gear, which in there is like a bunch of oil and stuff to keep everything lubricated, so the oil spilled out. So we're gonna have to replace that oil, no problem. But the big problem is there are bolts that are fastened to the ring gear. For some reason, there's bolts missing. Almost all of the bolts except one, the bolt heads broke off, which is a big problem.
What happened? They were backing off, right? They were like vibrating out.
Yeah.
And as this was spinning around, it was catching on here and shearing the head off.
Not good. You can't drive like that without the ring gear being properly in place. So instead of replacing the entire thing, we really just need bolts. And that was a whole freaking project just to find where to get these bolts.
So I see the listing for it. It's not something that we have.
Nowhere around here has them in stock. I found a website that I was able to order them to Andrew's place. Tomorrow we're supposed to have rain and thunderstorms all day, so he's not going to be able to work on it tomorrow. So hopefully Friday morning he can come back and fix this up, because we need to get back to New York because I cannot miss my sister's wedding. So thankfully Andrew figured out one major problem, finding the source of this noise. But one issue that is still not resolved is the fact that these bolt heads are missing. We found a few underneath the ring gear, but there are still about 7 or 8 bolt heads that are nowhere to be found. And that's not good. So it's going to take 2 days for these new bolts to arrive. So in the meantime, we made the most of living at Walmart. Oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. Haven't eaten anything all day. And this wonderful woman just cooked such a beautiful meal. What is this?
Cowboy caviar with some chicken nuggies, homemade chicken nuggies on top, and avocado with some chips.
Yay! Thank you so much. This looks great. Day 3, living at Walmart. Unfortunately, it's raining, and as I was recording that, I just got a flash flood warning. So obviously the mechanic cannot work on the bus today, but things could be worse. At least we're at Walmart, so we have this is everything we could ever need is here. Except new parts for the bus, but that's okay. Welcome to my life living at Walmart. So we've been sitting inside the bus all day, living that laptop life, and we noticed there is a library. The walking distance to the library is like 2.5 miles, but by road there is a forest in between the Walmart parking lot and the library. There's actually a little apartment complex right over here, but it rained a lot all day until recently. It just stopped raining. So this trail is just completely flooded. There were signs all over this apartment complex, even right here at the head of the trail, warning signs for alligators. So we're just scoping it out right now. I didn't actually bring my laptop with me. Wanted to see if we could actually find a way to get through these woods, but I don't know. Was this ever even a trail? It looks like this is clearly a trail, and then it just turns into a lake.
Let's try over by the alligator sign. Oh, look, there's a crab.
A crab?
2 crab arms, but no middle.
Oh, the mystery
No
continues.
middle crab.
Where is Mr. Krabs?
Where are we?
Also, there's a whirlpool going on over here. Not sure where that drains to or
this
leads.
is like an island.
Oh yeah, you can see that looks like a trail right there. I am wearing flip-flops.
Watch for snakes.
Where will this trail bring us? See, the problem is this trail looks like it just kind of cuts this way. We got to go about that way. Is that a gator?
I thought it was a tree.
That's a freaking gator.
No way, zoom
Yeah.
in. I can't.
Look, I mean, there's a lot of trees in the way.
God,
Pretty sure that's a gator because it just thins out and that's a tail.
hold on.
Yeah, it's moving a little bit. That is an alligator. Can't tell actually, it might just be a log. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just a log actually. The way the water was hitting it, it looked like a tail thinned out, but now I could see through the water. It just looks like a log. So check this out. This is the apartment complex we were just in, and our bus is right there. The clubhouse to this apartment complex is almost closer than the entrance of Walmart itself. It's very nice in there. There's some nice seating. I just asked the nice lady working there for the Wi-Fi password. She gladly gave it to me. We're gonna grab our stuff, our laptop, and go sit in there for a little bit. It's a nice place to work from.
Not too shabby.
And this place has a gym? Oh, no one's even here. Oh yeah, hit those deadlifts. Oh, get it. Oh, lungy and a onesie. We got a whole freaking squat rack in here. This is legit. Kettlebells, yoga mats. This is a nice gym for an apartment complex. I'm getting my money's worth. And really nice bathrooms. It's the little things that make me so happy. Clean bathroom. Living on the road, you start appreciating different things. And a clean, nice bathroom is one of those things. This is much better than Walmart. Bing bong, what's for dinner?
We got steak.
Ooh.
We got some Parmesan sweet potato fry things. We got rice.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
I'm gonna add some asparagus to the mix, but I asparagus.
We got Survivor up there. We got a good home cooked meal up in here. Look how good that looks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome so much. Can I have a sip?
Yeah. All right, we spent the morning working from that apartment complex clubhouse again. And now the parts have arrived and Andrew is here. Luckily, Walmart didn't say anything to us. We've been here for 4 days now.
So I'm going to drop the drive shaft right now, and I'm removing it at the rear housing. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to pull out the pinion in here and see if those missing bolt heads were up in here where the front bearings are. But this drive shaft tube is what connects the transmission and the torque down to the rear housing right here. It's this long aluminum tube.
The mystery is solved. We have found the missing bolts. They were up, sitting under the pinion, right? So they're basically just getting a free ride under here, as Andrew was saying. But there's no free rides in this bus.
No, not no more.
We just cleaned them out, so now we're just putting it right back in here, Andrew?
Yep, perfectly. Yeah, because all the shims are on there, so the backlash is going to be set fine.
There it is.
You're the man. Okay.
All right, look at us. We're moving. Taking it for a little test drive, making sure we don't hear anything suspicious. Oh no! I just went fast. All the paper towels just unraveled.
Did you see it?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're still hearing that noise. So after all that work and 4 days of living at Walmart, unfortunately, the problem is still not fixed. We're still hearing the same noise that we were in the beginning. And I could tell Andrew was extremely disappointed. And after all that work he put in, he didn't even want to take any money from us. I'm definitely paying you. I'm not letting you go without paying you.
I feel bad, dude.
Because he felt like the job wasn't finished. But of course, we still paid him something. And although this didn't fix everything, but replacing those bolts did give us a temporary solution and made the bus safer to drive. I was really desperate to get back to New York, and I did not want to leave the bus behind. So we decided to just hit the road and drive 900 miles so I can make it home in time for my sister's wedding. We are leaving New Jersey right now. Right here is the George Washington Bridge. We have officially made it back to New York. We're back, baby. We made it. We're out here. It's happening. It's happening. She's crying already.
So the good news is we made it back home to New York just in time for my sister's wedding, but the bad news is this repair was not complete. Replacing those bolts was just a temporary fix, but we took it to a mechanic in New York and they determined that we needed to replace the entire rear differential, and Chevy doesn't even make those parts anymore. So we had to find one from a local junkyard, and a few $1,000s later, we're officially back on the road. The bus is doing much better and completely fixed, and we're excited for more adventures.